Think I can fly. Think I can fly when I'm with you.
Hi guys, my name is Amalina Binti Sulaiman. My name is Nurasiha. My name is Alif Fatia binti Ibrahim. I am Aida. My name is Shazwani. So we are going to explain about stop and wait up, also go back and up.
This animation focuses on automatic repeat request (ARQ) protocol used by the data link layer for data transmission. We will look at stop and wait ARQ. Stop and wait ARQ is very simple. Frames are sent one at a time. Each frame must be acknowledged by the receiver. If no acknowledgement arrives, the sender resends the frame. When the sender sends a frame, it starts a timer. If the timer times out before an acknowledgement is received, it will resend the frame. When a frame successfully arrives, the receiver sends an acknowledgement. The sender must wait for it. It cannot send any more data until it is received. The timer is reset and the process begins again. The frame may be lost during transit, for example, due to the lightning striking the medium. The timer on the sender will eventually time out. Since it has not received the acknowledgement yet, it will resend the frame.
Fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough.
There are two issues with this protocol. The first issue is that if the acknowledgement is lost, then the sender will resend its frame and the receiver cannot tell if it is a duplicate or if it is a new frame with the same contents. The second issue is a timing issue. If the timer times out before the sender gets the acknowledgement, it will resend the frame. The receiver will therefore send a total of 2 acknowledgements, but the receiver was only expecting 1. These issues can be solved by using a 1-bit sequence number in the header of each frame. We will see how this works. The acknowledgement from the receiver includes the sequence number of the next expected frame. Eventually, the timer will time out and the sender will resend the frame, assuming it never reached the receiver. The receiver can now tell it is a duplicate frame because of the identical sequence numbers. The receiver can drop it and resend the acknowledgement. The sender's timer may time out before the receiver sends an acknowledgement, so another frame is sent. The receiver is sending another acknowledgement for the duplicate packet. The sender can realize that this is a duplicate acknowledgement because of the sequence number, instead of an acknowledgement for some other frame. Although it is simple, stop and wait is very inefficient because of the time spent waiting between frames.
My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows.
This animation focuses on automatic repeat request ARQ protocol used by the data link layer for data transmission. We will look at go back and ARQ. Packet 0 to 4 are sent and each individual timer starts. Transmission is in process. Packet 1 is missing. The packets arrive one by one. The packets after the gap are rejected.
Chase the moon, the sun. When I'm with you, give it all away. Catching fire.
The receiver sends a cumulative acknowledgement.
I see $1 billion in your eyes.
After the timeout, all packets are resent according to the acknowledgement. Transmission is now complete.
Bye. We hope you enjoyed our